Hi, my name's Nick Hayes and I'm a financial planner at Freedom Financial Planning, and I'm just going to spend the next 4 minutes explaining to you what we believe is effective financial planning. For all our clients, we explain their assets as if they're inside the financial bucket, and inside your financial bucket what we can place is anything that you can go out and spend your money on in the next 7 or 10 days. So in here, as an example, I'm going to put your cash and your assorted investments. One of the key things for us is differentiating what's the assets that sit inside of your bucket and the assets that sit outside of the bucket. Now, a key asset that many of you have, which will sit outside of the bucket, are your family homes. Now, clearly, you won't get to reap the benefits of the equity in your houses unless at some stage in the future you downsize, at which stage the equity in your house will flow cash into your financial bucket. Another asset that many of you will have that sits outside of the bucket will be your pension funds. Okay, now the pension funds sit outside of the bucket because you won't get to enjoy the proceeds of that pension fund until you come to retire. A quarter of the pension fund will be available as a tax-free lump sum as and when you come to retire, which will flow into the bucket. Okay? A final asset that many of you may have that sits outside of the bucket, okay, is your business. And at some stage in the future, when you come to retire, you may want to sell that business, and in which case the proceeds of the business sale will flow cash into your bucket. Alright? In addition to the assets that you have, you also have regular income streams into your financial bucket. And so you may have salaries which flow into the bucket. You may have other forms of income such as rental income or even child benefit that flow into the financial bucket, or the business owners may even have dividends that flow into the financial bucket. Looking forward a few years, you may also have a potential income stream in the state pension that you may receive alongside any income that you may receive from your pension fund that you've accumulated through working life. So on face value, for your financial bucket, things look good, because all that's going to happen is the money in here is going to rise and rise. But unfortunately, as financial planners, we know that life isn't like that, because on the side of your financial bucket, you have a tap. Now this tap demonstrates the cost of your current lifestyles. So putting fuel in the car, food on the table, paying all your taxes, the things that cost you money. Eventually, that level of expenditure will stop, and that will be replaced by another tap, which for most people tends to coincide with retirement. And we hope to be able to plan with you to ensure that at retirement you can do the things that you want to do, and for most people that means a short-term increase in expenditure. The only time that level of expenditure will need to stop is probably when you get into your very late retirement, in old age, when perhaps then your spending will reduce again as you can't do some of the things that you were doing here. And again, the only time that that will ever stop is realistically when we go into that box into the ground. Arguably, there's perhaps one last tap we can put on the side of your financial buckets, which is for one-off expenditures. Things like replacing the windows in the house or replacing your cars, things that aren't regular. Okay? Now, our job at Freedom Financial Planning is not necessarily just about managing your investments or managing your pension funds. What we want to help you do is manage your financial bucket, because I can guarantee you one of two scenarios will develop for you. Either you'll get to this stage in life here and the taps will be on so fiercely that the level of money inside your bucket will run out and will run dry, or alternatively the second scenario is you're so concerned because you've got no plan that you're not quite sure how much money you can spend here. Before you know it, you've got to this stage in life and the bucket is up here somewhere. Now, the two major problems with that really is, the first thing is you could end up giving 40% back to the government in inheritance tax, but the major issue is if you get to this stage in life and your bucket is up here somewhere, you've materially failed to do the things that you should have done here and here. And so what we want to do at Freedom is help you manage your financial bucket to ensure you get to do the things that you want to do.